This video will teach you to know about fats. First, we'll start out by talking about what a fat is. If you have ever taken chemistry before, or if you're familiar with the different elements from science class, fats are made out of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, which is actually the same thing that carbohydrates are made out of, but for fats they're in different proportions. Fats are also considered to be a macronutrient, which means that they provide the body with energy and they are a source of calories. What are the functions of fats? I already said that they supply the body with energy. They also will form cells in the body. They help maintain the body's temperature. Without enough fat, you will have a hard time keeping your temperature constant and as high as it needs to be. Fats also help protect the various nerves of your body and your vital organs. And without enough fat around your vital organs, you can have a lot more injuries than you would otherwise have. There's a couple different categories of fats. One of them is considered to be unsaturated. And unsaturated fats are basically, if you were to break them down, they're liquid at room temperature. And if you were looking at a food label, if you see the terms mono or poly, those refer to unsaturated fats. And these types of fats are actually pretty healthy for you, and they help fight cardiovascular disease and any problems of the heart. And the different pictures or food sources that are depicted in the pictures, there's some vegetable oil, olive oil, avocados, nuts, and any types of seeds. All of those things are good food sources of unsaturated fats. The other category of fats is known as saturated, and these are things that are solid at room temperature. So if you've ever cooked with maybe like something like bacon or ground beef, you'll notice that when you're cooking it, all of the grease that's in the bottom gets kind of liquidy. But if you were to leave it in the pan, it would look like the pan that's in this picture where the grease becomes nice and solid. That would be an example of a saturated fat. And one of the ways that you can kind of think of these is saturated fats are things that would come from animals. So in the picture there's some butter, again that grease from either bacon or from something like ground beef. There's a picture of some meat, and obviously dairy products are from animals as well. Another thing we want to know is the important numbers about fats. Fats should make up about 1/3 of your daily diet, so somewhere between 20 and 35%. And also, if you're trying to figure out how many calories you have from fat, if you look at a food label and you see how many grams there are, you can multiply that number by 9. 1 gram of fat is equal to 9 calories. The last thing that you need to know about fats is what are trans fats. Basically, trans fat is something that has been manufactured, and basically what they do is they add hydrogen to the normal fat molecules. What that does is it helps foods stay fresh longer. So anything that you buy that maybe has fat in it that has been on the shelf for a long time, like all those little Debbie snacks that are in the corner, all of those things would contain those trans fats, along with things like potato chips or really any snack foods that we're used to eating. Margarine also usually contains trans fat, and these are things that you tend to want to avoid because they really increase the risk of heart disease and other diseases. That's all for this video. Please follow the directions at your group's table to figure out what you need to do next.